welcome to Modern Vegan Family. I'm Lisa Chell and you are in Chell's kitchen, where today we're making a very simple and extremely delicious ginger carrot soup. It's so easy. So here's how we do it. We take about a teaspoon of coconut oil in your stock pot and we're going to saute one large diced onion. Get that going. So before I started the video, I added 1 teaspoon of cold pressed extra virgin coconut oil into the pot. Don't need a lot of oil to get your onions sweating and sauteing. So we've sauteed our onions for about 2 minutes. They're starting to get a little bit clarified. To that, if we didn't have someone in our house who was sensitive to garlic, I would be adding a nice big clove of crushed garlic. But I'm just going to leave that to you to do it if you are a garlic lover. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh ginger. Now, fresh ginger really makes the difference in this soup. And as you can see, I'm very liberal with my tablespoons. So 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh ginger. And then I have taken 2 pounds, a 2-pound bag of carrots, and organic carrots. I washed them, I cleaned them, I chopped them. What I love about carrots is that even in the middle of January in Canada, root vegetables are still fresh and crisp and tasty, and I can still get them local and organic. So I'm going to add the 2 cups, or 2 pounds I should say, of chopped carrots, and then 1 liter of organic veggie broth. And if you do not have organic veggie broth, it is not an issue. Use 1 liter of water. Then what you're going to do with this soup is turn it on high, bring it to boil, then turn it to simmer and let it simmer until all the carrots and onions and vegetables are very, very tender. I would say at least half an hour on low, but you'll test it. I forgot to tell you, we do want to season our soup as well. So I add about a teaspoon of good quality salt. I'm using pink Himalayan, and about a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. And then we mix that in, bring it to boil, and let it simmer. Of course, salt and pepper is always one of those to taste things. So start with that basic amount, and then you can add more if you feel like it. All right, so our soup has been simmering for a little over half an hour. The vegetables are very cooked, wonderfully tender, and we're going to make it into a puree now. And here's where the wonderful secret happens, is that at the end we add some fresh ginger, because the ginger that we've used in the pot has been cooked. Its flavors have infused. It doesn't have that real tangy edge that fresh ginger does. So I'm going to put in about a tablespoon of fresh ginger into my, oh, you can see that's a heaping tablespoon, into my blender. Now this ginger purees really well if you have a high-speed blender. If you don't have a high-speed blender and you're worried about having stringy bits, you might want to grate or microplane your ginger into your blender or your food processor or into your pot if you have a hand mixer that you're going to use. Whatever you're going to use to puree, if it's not strong enough, just microplane and grate the ginger. Otherwise, in a high-speed blender, you can add it right in there. So I've let this cool down a little bit before the video, and I'm going to get this started. I'm just trying not to slop and make too big of a mess here. What I find is that a 2-pound bag of carrots and all these ingredients will fit just perfectly into my blender. I love this soup. It doesn't last very long in our house. Put that in there. And just add that last little bit. Put the lid on, and we're going to puree it. As with all things, if you're making soups or sauces, if the blender gets a little stuck and it's too thick, you just add a little bit of water and until you can get that puree to be the exact right consistency. I have to walk off camera a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit of water in there. And smells amazing. Just pour it back into our pot. I'll scrape that out later. And then you just reheat when you're ready to eat it. I'm just going to take a little bit of a taste. Oh, that is just lovely. This soup is absolutely not the same without the fresh ginger. I'm telling you, that is the key ingredient. So starting off with some cooked ginger and then adding a little bit of fresh at the end. Be aware that fresh ginger does add some heat, some spice into your mouth. So if you're spice averse, start out with a small amount and keep tasting it until it's just right for you. Thanks for coming to Modern Vegan Family. Please subscribe to the channel. Come back for more videos. Peace, love, and plants.